Good evening YouTube, my name is Sean Connors and this is Outsiders and welcome back to my channel. Yes, I've been away a very long time. Thank you very much for everybody who's got in touch with me over the last few days to ask how I'm doing, how's the family, etc. I know guys I haven't been really around much. I have seen some of your videos. I know it's a tough thing to keep producing videos and some of you do that admirably. But for me, I've always needed to take breaks from it, and that's been understandable. This has been a serious break, and it was needed because I felt personally that the last videos that I started doing on YouTube were A, not good enough, the content wasn't strong enough, it felt very stale to me, and I wasn't happy with it really, to be honest. And so it made me really go away and start reflecting. And so the way that I decided to do this was, naturally I didn't stop DMing, but what it made me do is actually do more DMing and just step away from doing the videos and really start to see and try to validate the things that I do as a GM, and also at the same time try to sort of look at my weaknesses and strengths and try to find out why they are what they are. I used to always say to myself that, probably only about 5 years ago, that I would never examine my GMing style because I didn't want to know, I didn't want to break it down. But I realised just a few years ago that how critically important that is if you're going to teach other people or help other people develop. It's vital that you're prepared to actually challenge yourself and actually say, what you're not doing so well. So I had the fortune of, getting involved with several new groups and one particular club in Warwickshire, which isn't far from where I live in here in just Daventry, sunny Daventry. It's not stopped raining for the last few weeks. Typical British weather. I met a fantastic GM there, and his name's Tony Dixon. I'm sure he won't mind me telling you this, but he is an absolutely awesome. He does so many things very well, but his real passion and gift, I think, is his ability to storytell. I mean, he's the sort of person that when he talks, you listen. You can't help but be sucked in. He's so good at it, and that made me think, wow, it's something I can't do. I can do certain things, and that made me reevaluate, where I am and what I'm doing, and I really wanted to sort of come back when I come back to doing these YouTube videos. I wanted to make sure that the next set of videos that I did were the advanced videos, that those videos themselves were going to be something of real relevance to the community on the YouTube channel. And something that people could actually take and then run with and maybe do videos off them or side videos. I didn't want them just to be a set of videos that we've covered old ground or just old stale stuff that really any old has-been could have produced. I just wanted them to be something pretty special. And it's never about the razzmatazz. It's always going to be about the content in those videos, and so that's what I'm going to focus on. And those videos are going to be consecutive ones, and I'm going to start doing those tomorrow, particularly for May the 4th, because it's absolutely right. We did sort of name that day a year ago, and it's apt to do that. And I'm not sure how many they're going to be. I suspect, because I've run this as a seminar over here in the UK quite successfully on a few occasions this year and latter part last year. I've also taken the content to America and Atlanta, and that went down a storm, and I'm pretty convinced that it's a strong material, and people have commented, which is what I love, the challenge. People will challenge you, particularly DMs, around the content of this material, and that's absolutely right, and should do, and that's what I'm hoping will come from the RPG community. That's the whole point. Do videos based on what you see from myself. If you don't agree with something, totally understandable, and I wouldn't expect us to agree on everything, and I will look forward to your videos and the way that you do things. But what I hope you'll find, and this will be the key, is that those videos are very relevant, because as you see them, and they are literally from beginning to end completely linked, they will actually take you on a journey as to, if you do those things that are in those videos, these are going to put you at a point which really means your games are at a very high edge. And also, if you're already doing a lot of those things, then kudos to you. Pat yourself on the back, because quite frankly, you're there. And there's nothing more I'm going to be able to add to you that really will do much. I mean, yes, I might be able to give you a few tricks and tips, and that's fantastic. But I think these videos my hope is that you will unilaterally agree, hopefully take it to another level where you can see where I was going when I first started off the videos and where I wanted it to go to. Once those videos are done, I don't know what the next steps will be, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm going to cross that bridge when we get there. But for the moment, that's where I know we need to go, for myself personally. That only leads me to leave on a slightly a different high and just say that my family are well. My job is going very well indeed. I'm very happy with the work that I've been doing over the last few months. And part of that work I will be bringing into those videos because it's very apt and very appropriate. I know there's been a lot of news in the RPG world, and again we may cover that off on different videos that come away from the subject matter. And obviously there's a lot that we can talk about, and I hope to go into some of those subjects myself as and when I can. I very much appreciate the gesture that Sam did tonight. I picked up a video that he'd done specifically aimed at myself about May the 4th. Massively appreciated. Of course, many people have commented about myself and the family, but honestly, rest assured, A, I'm not dead. B, I'm still out there. Definitely C, I'm still DMing more than I've ever DM'd, which I think is fantastic. And also equally, if there are any players that have been recently, this is more important I suppose, any players that are watching this video that have been in any of my more recent games, do a video, guys. Let these people in the community know what you think of as a GM, and that's a can of worms I could be opening myself up for, so I really hope that some of you don't slate me to death. And also, of course, finally, I think we're up to. I may have lost track of the alphabet, I'm not very good at that. I'm going to be at the Games Expo this year. I put 2 requests in for the Games Expo. I'm still waiting for one of them to come back. I'm running a Call of Cthulhu game. Look out for us. We're on the boards. We've been on there quite a while under the name Sean Connors. And I'm hoping to run the very seminar that these videos will be part of for them at the Games Expo, is my hope. But as yet, they haven't got back to me. My hope is they will. So that's me. That's a quick update about how we're doing. Paige is approaching her 2nd birthday, which is in July of this year. So I'm sure we'll have a special family video just for that occasion. Anyway, so that leaves me to say to you all, happy gaming. I've been Sean Connors. This is Outsiders. Until tomorrow, take care of yourselves. Happy gaming. See you soon.